Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome in. How are y'all this Tuesday? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. This is Dark Queen of the Sea from Autumn Lane Stitchery and Under the Sea Fabrics. This is what got the most votes today, and by quite a bit. We did not have a close margin at all. I really need to put some time into her, so I'm so glad that she got voted for today. Hey, Confetti Stitcher. Hey, Ashley Stitches. Hello, just got back from the gym with 3 minutes to spare before the live stream. Hey, Kate. Welcome in. Sorry I missed y'all last night. I had to go to bed early. I'm trying to get my schedule adjusted. Hey, Jessie. How are you this morning? Welcome, welcome, everyone. Is anybody else stitching today? Or are we all having to work? Work is no fun. I start back to work on Thursday, but I'll be day shift this time. Good evening, Karen. How are you today? Be stitching after lunch, or you'll be working after lunch. I hope lunch is delicious. We made chicken wraps today. It's been kind of nice, the kids coming home for lunch. Although I do miss that the school feeds them for free. Stitching, awesome. Awesome, awesome. It's what we all want to be doing, right? Ashley has fabulous women on the frame. She can stitch a little bit at work. See, that's always the best. When you can just find the 5 minutes in your workday to give yourself a little relaxation. I'm going to apparently keep hitting the microphone. We did some rearranging in the shed, so I'm now directly in front of the floss wall. But it'll give a little bit more room when Ryan joins us next time. I am still planning on doing my Thursday night live, but I have a feeling that after this week it'll have to move to either Sunday or Monday, because I got to thinking about it. So I'm supposed to be working from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Hey Laurel, welcome in. Are you lurking at work? I work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. That means I'll leave my house at 3:30 or 4:30 in the morning. I have to get up at 3:30. And then I won't get home till 7:30 in the evening. And if I want 8 hours of sleep, I pretty much have to go right to bed. And it's a bummer. That's the only thing about working 12-hour shifts. It means I only have to do it 3 days a week, but it does eat up my whole day. Kiddo is having gymnastics time in her crib while I get some stitches. Gymnastics time, aka was supposed to be nap time, but we're not napping. You know how that goes. I think the point is, even if they're not napping, then at least they're downtime, right? They're having time for themselves. The only thing about stitching on this one on string is I do have to pay a little bit more attention to it. So I may stop talking from time to time, because if y'all knew how many times I've already frogged her, just absolutely outrageous. Okay, we're going to call that good on that thread. I really love the intricate designs, but I don't know how I seem to flub them up constantly. Don't feel bad, I'll be stitching on my Max Color Museum shelf, so I'll be paying attention to that and messing it up too. Oh my goodness, Max Color. Full coverage. I do feel like full coverage gives a little bit more leniency to mistakes. You can kind of, fudge a little bit better than this thing. Not a whole lot. Yeah, she plays for a few minutes, then settles for some quiet time. Sometimes she falls asleep, but it's very hit or miss. Right. I remember once when I was little, I wasn't her age. It's probably close to her age, but not her age. And my dad wanted me to lay down and take a nap because my sister needed to take a nap. And she was not going to take a nap if she thought she was missing out on playing with me. So he told me I had to go lay down. And even if I just laid there calmly until she was asleep, then he would come in and let me get up for a little bit. And that particular day, I did not fall asleep. But there are other days when I'm sure I did. Because we all just need a little bit of quiet time sometimes. Confetti says, unless it's a mirrored image or border, it will always be fudged. I get that. Welcome in, Alan Gator. You're Debbie, right? I'm thinking I'm remembering. Intricate borders get fudged too. I mean, like, this one's a prime example of, like, when I messed up over in here and I had to fix it. Yes, I remember you. Or I know, I put the screen name to the person that I know I've met. So when I was counting off over in here, and I was like, oh, I did this one a little too far and this one not quite enough. If I could, I would just go over it, like stitch straight over the wrong stitch with the correct stitch, rather than having to pull it out. And eventually at some point, you have to pull some out, and I only worried about it if it was going to affect something else I'm trying to do later, so that I don't have to remember later not to keep screwing it up. So I was actually doing that on Ryan's project for him the other night. Hey Catherine, you're back from sunny Spain to cold Northern Ireland. Well, welcome in. We're so glad you're here. I would take cold Northern Ireland over hot Texas summer any day. I much prefer that cold weather. Where are my scissors? I saw somebody posted in one of my Facebook groups this morning even the back of her piece, and it was absolutely perfect. Like, you probably could have displayed it front or back. No problem. The rain gets a little boring. Well, I never get rain, so I live in the desert. When we get rain, I like want to go outside and play in it because I'm so excited. But it was one of those backs that was just absolutely perfect. And then her post talked about how much she messed up and had to fix this or fix that. And, that there was a few personalizations left on there. And I was like, girl, you couldn't tell from looking at the back because it's absolutely perfect. Just all these straight lines. And you could tell the little dark spots where she ran her thread under. And y'all don't want to look at my back if that's the kind of back you like. I can't do it. Where's my... I did remember my drinks today. I brought one last time. I just couldn't figure out where I set it down at. I still have not found it. Okay. Where am I hiding stuff from myself? I like to do that right here in front of my face. That's my other biggest thing to do, is not see something right in front of my face. Oops. Don't erase. So was your trip to Spain for fun or work? Work or fun? Always curious to see other people's backs. Mine are like a horror movie. Yeah, me too. I have no qualms about carrying a thread over like 40, 50 stitches. And what's really dumb is when I'll do that and then I'll have just enough thread left to put in like one stitch. Like, you know, if you had clipped it, you probably could have gotten 6 stitches out of that length, but being lazy. Not lazy, time efficient. Not always thread efficient, but sometimes time efficient. Nope, that's not the right one. What am I doing? Yes, a little holiday in the sun. It was lovely and relaxing, but always glad to come home to our cats. That's awesome. Always enjoy a vacation, but always love to come home. We do a camping trip every summer. It's my husband's family reunion, so there's a bunch of us that all camp together at a state park. And every year leading up to it, so like for the next month, as we're getting ready to go, I'm going to dread it. I'm going to be like, oh, the heat and all the stuff we have to pack up and all the complaining about this, that, or the other. And then we get there and we enjoy ourselves so much every time that we're like, oh, we can't wait to come back next year. But then we're also so happy to go home and be in the AC and sleep in a bed and not a tent. So it's this whole mix of emotions every year. Every year we do it to ourselves. I like camping, but I don't like being hot and sweaty. I like spending time with the family, but I also like my alone time at home. It's a whole mess. The food is amazing. There's just something different about scrambled eggs cooked over a fire than they are cooked on a stove. I can't tell you what it is. And I don't even usually get in the lake anymore. I am at that point in my life where I'm like, it just doesn't appeal. It's goopy mud on my feet. It's dirty water because, I mean, there's all the algae floating in it and stuff. And then I'm going to have to go take a shower afterwards. Or I could just sit on the beach and sweat. Hopefully the lake will be up this year. That tends to encourage me to get in the water. We've had quite a bit of rain over in that area the last few days, so there's a chance. But we've been needing it for a while. Hey Holly, welcome in. How are you today? Are you feeling any better? You gonna be able to get some stitches in? I know yesterday was rough. I do pay attention even though I don't always respond to group messages. Oops. feel like we're going to get some better progress in. Hey, Terry, welcome in. Good afternoon. Are you stitching with us today? The vote that won today was Dark Queen of the Sea from Autumn Lane Stitchery and Under the Sea Fabrics. Which is good because she definitely needs some attention. Especially because the last couple times I've pulled her out, I've had to frog. And I always just... I hope... Can y'all tell me if it's loud whenever I accidentally hit the microphone? I would like to get to the point where we're just moving on her and not backing up. You're still extremely exhausted, but hopefully it will lift soon. I hope so. Snuggling up with the pup and get better. Earth. Did I say... What did I say? Yeah, Dark Queen of the Earth. I will be working on Dark Queen of the Sea soon, though. She's one of my categories for the month. So I'll get to see both of them for a little bit. I think they're both designed so stunningly. And I cannot wait for the next one. I vote Fire. I really want to see what Fire is going to look like. And I have a feeling Erin is going to make us wait until the last one for Fire. Not that I need another one started right now, but you know I will. Because this is how I go. I'm hoping May goes by rather quickly and we can get to June because I got plans for June that I'm very excited for. You brought one of your problem children to work. Did you bring them to Frog On? Which one is it? Just one more Sal. I mean, always. Especially if Kate's anywhere near it. Just one more Sal. I'm considering our start next month, the Sal. So at some point in June, we're going to be starting Star Dragon from Al Forst Embroidery. That thing is so beautiful. I cannot wait. And it is huge. It is so big. I've got to start it. I say it with all the love, Kate. Your Hade Fairy. Hey! You are so close to finish on that one. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to see that finish. No frogging, but matching to PK and hopefully forward progress. So you're going from working on a paper pattern to working in Pattern Keeper, so you're having to like basically mark things off. Is that what you're saying? I'm hoping I'm understanding correctly. Go big or go home, right? That's why Kate's starting all the Al Forst embroidery this year. Okay, time to mark off before I screw something up. Because I will. I do believe Lexi has plans after school today, so I don't think she plans to join us for the stream. Ryan is really looking forward to Thursday. He's like, it's still happening, right? Even though you have to work? I said, yes, this week. But then next week we may have to change which date it's on. So he's excited to come stitch with us again. He was so excited after the stream on Thursday. So, for those of you that weren't here Thursday evening, Ryan sat here and stitched on a project he started a couple years ago. Hadn't gotten a lot of progress on it, but he decided to pull it back out to be able to sit on stream and stitch with me. And he was very excited about the 63 stitches he got in while we were on here. And then the next night he joined me in here again. We were just chatting on Zoom with some friends and got 100 stitches. So he is very proud of himself. Laurel says, well, from my tablet to my phone, and since I did not frog before, I'm making sure my PK matches what I have actually stitched. Okay. Are you looking forward to the new job? I'm looking forward to being working again. I'm not quite sure what to expect yet because this is a new company. Well, I'm working for the same company. My company is contracted to a new company. So it's just seeing what it's going to be like. I don't know what to expect. And it was a bit of a pay cut, which is kind of a bummer. I wish that wasn't the case. If that wasn't the case, I think I would say absolutely. But with that, it does have me a little nervous. And we'll just have to see how it goes. So, from what I understand right now, we are in one of the Rover Jeeps. But instead of going to all these different places like we did for the last company, it's one area that we're taking care of. It's my understanding. And that they're in the process of expanding or like setting up their location. And then at that point, once they start bringing workers in and stuff, there will also be a shack. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a very new contract, so it'll be interesting to see. I was enjoying my time here at home, so I will be missing that part. But I like the security of knowing that I have a job. And the guy I work with, I've worked with him for years. So I know what to expect when it comes to a couple of my coworkers anyway. So I want to make sure I'm not making a mess for myself here. I'm going to scoot this back just a little bit because I just keep hitting it. My fingers just brush across it. Okay, I'm going to mark so that I don't forget. So this specific location is a new contract, but we have worked for the company before. The last time we did, it was so close to home, which was really nice. This one is not, which I mean is kind of the name of the game when you live in the middle of nowhere. But I'm hoping it goes a lot like the site that was here in McCamey, and so I do have a lot of experience with them, and I really enjoyed working for them when they were here. I helped open that contract and saw it all the way until COVID when it, the last few weeks that it was running, I wasn't there because I got pulled to a different location, but for the most part, and I don't even know that it's the same, like, workers that we had here, but be interesting to see. I think the thing I'm most concerned about too is working days, because it's been a long time, 8 years since I worked days, and I'm already trying to get myself adjusted. So like last night I went to bed at 10, and this morning I woke up at 7:30, but I didn't really get out of bed until 9:30. I just kind of laid there, but I've got to get myself moved all the way to 3:30 in the morning, so that's going to be a big change. Because even in the months since I got laid off, I still tend to like stay up till 4 a.m. and sleep till noon. It's my clock prefers it. Let me see where I'm at. Counted just in time. I've got to change up my rhythm for this column. We've got summer in just a few weeks. Like school summer. My kids have 10 more days, I think, after today. Lexi's gonna stay pretty busy during the summer, I think, between cheer and I don't even know what all. I know they were saying that they're gonna have a concession stand at the local pool. They're gonna have to take turns working, so I think that'll be good for her. I do know she applied for a job for the summer, but they haven't started looking at applications until closer to summer, so we haven't heard back yet. Ryan's got summer school, so summer's going to be busy, but not in the way that he would have liked. It's only 12 days, though. I believe they're still doing a Monday through Thursday schedule, like they've been doing all year. I'm sure I've got some teacher friends out there that are looking forward to summer. You know, I'm just thinking about it, and I wouldn't be able to do my stream next Thursday anyway, so it'll be a good week to get it moved, because Ryan has a doctor's appointment in Dallas, and that's a 5-hour drive. So even if the doctor's office went really quick, like less than an hour, then we would make it home like an hour before stream's supposed to start at best, and that's if you don't stop, you know, because no traffic. So we'll see. Hey, Rita Marie, how are you doing, my dear? What is the hour over there? I feel like I should know this. 6 hours from now. I think I might even still have you saved on my laptop. Hold on. Let's see. It's not letting me pull it up. There it goes. Nope, I don't anymore. I have Belinda. It's 3:30 in the morning for Belinda. But you're 6 hours ahead, right? So it's 8:30 p.m.? Maybe? Ryan was asking about you the other day. He was like, I know one of your friends that watches this anime. That one is like in the middle of the night. It's 9:30. Okay, you're about 7 hours ahead now. He was stitching on a bookmark of, I'm gonna butcher some names here, y'all, be ready. He even told me how to say it. Hadan from Naruto. I think I might have gotten that one at least close to where it's supposed to be. You watch all the anime. You do. You do. Yeah, so I was on stream Thursday night and Ryan was here with me and he was stitching on that bookmark. And he's like, I was about to say it and I knew I was going to flub it up. And he's like, what about your friend that watches that anime? Are they here? And I said, nope, it's late at night for her. I think you're the reason we ended up with Crunchyroll as one of our subscriptions. This one's looking so good, but I'm constantly nervous. I'm like, it looks like I'm doing it right, but then at some point I'm going to find something and have to frog all this out. That's why I'm trying not to jump around too much and just work the colors together as much as possible. I spent all morning listening to my book. I have about 9 hours left. I'm on Queen of Shadows from Sarah J. Maas. I'm trying to finish up the Throne of Glass series, and also because my daughter wants me to read this new Hades and Persephone series she's reading. And I can only listen to one book at a time. I think Crunchyroll has gotten a lot of members because of you. Oh, then they need to start paying you for advertising. that time of summer that all the flies have decided to join me. Stuck on Assassin's Blade in the Throne of Glass series. Did you start it first before the series? Or did you, like, where did you start on Assassin's Blade since it's the novellas? I haven't read Assassin's Blade yet. My sister started it before she started the Throne of Glass series and wasn't able to get into the series. I started with Throne of Glass, and it was a little slow. It took a minute, but I think because I had some friends like, I really need you to read this, I was able to stick with it, and I'm enjoying it. I need to go back and read Assassin's Blade because I know it fills in some of the holes that I've been experiencing throughout the series, or the stuff that gets hinted to but not fully explained. I'm doing it between book 2 and 3. Oh, okay. This fly is gonna drive me crazy. I also tend to stick to books a little bit better because I'm listening to them instead of trying to actually physically read them. So I'm doing other stuff, and if there's kind of a lull in a book, I can push through because I'm just focusing on whatever else I'm doing. Like stitching. That's what I was doing all morning. I was stitching on Heart Full of Gratitude and listening to Queen of Shadows. Okay, this is just... Oh, I need to take a picture. Bum, bum, bum. I do have to say that of all of the errors that I have made on this project and had to go back and fix, none of them were because it's on linen. They were all just crappy counting. But not... The linen is really good. This is Nightshade from Under the Sea Fabrics. It was one of the 2 colors she came out with for this design, and I really like it. Has everyone seen the new Bella Filipina? Already ordered it. I didn't even really notice when Snow White came out. And then, of course, Mad Tea Party came out, and I absolutely love it. And I'm actually working on that one. And then Jasmine came out, and I was tempted, but I was able to resist temptation. I'm like, no, Alice is one of those more obscure... I don't know why counting is so hard. I don't get it. I think I blame my eyes, My eyes move faster than my brain does, and so I tend to count wrong. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, when Jasmine came out, I was like, that's really nice because you don't see her as much, but I was just gonna let it go. Then Cinderella came out, and now I'm really thinking I'm just gonna stitch them all. You know, Cinderella looks so good, and now I'm contemplating. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Laurel and Rita Marie. Took the words right out of my mouth. It's so beautiful now, I think I need to do them all. I'm really, and it was so funny. Okay, so right after Jasmine came out, we had this conversation on virtual about, like, what, not of the typical Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, but outside of those, what would you like to see? Like, Alice is popular among Stitchers, but still not necessarily grouped with the princesses, right? And Jasmine doesn't tend to be as widely portrayed in stuff. So we were like, what eclectic would you like? And of course, Vicky said Cinderella because Cinderella has just always been her favorite princess. I wanted Aurora. And I know that Aurora is Sleeping Beauty, but I'm talking more like a Tangled version of Aurora. And, no, wait. I'm thinking of Rapunzel. I want Rapunzel. Somebody else said Aurora. And I want Rapunzel. And so whenever Cinderella came out and I showed it to Lexi, she goes, is there a Rapunzel one? I said, nope, but as soon as there is, I will stitch it for you. Because Rapunzel has been Lexi's favorite since she was little bitty. She even did her 16th birthday Rapunzel themed. Everything was purple and gold. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Haven't tried a Bella yet. Are they expensive to kit compared to a Mira? I do feel that they are, to be completely honest. So Cinderella came out, and I don't have exact numbers, but roughly patterns between 16 and 19. I can't remember exactly. Beads, you're looking $30 to $35. Specialty threads were somewhere around that too, $30 to $40. So, but some Miras super expensive. You'd like to see Belle next? Yes, I would like to see Belle. I would love to see Belle. So yeah, it's just kind of, some Miras are super expensive like that, and some, like the bead pack, is $12. It really just depends on how they kit them up. But Bella seems very bent on having lots of specialty and lots of beads in their patterns, so. But they're beautiful. They're so pretty. And like on the Mad Hatter Alice, they that whole border archway is all Kreinik, or mostly Kreinik, but it's just so wonderful. Like, the more I stitch it, the more I fall in love with it. I think, and there was somebody that was chatting with us in Zoom that said Merida. They'd like to see Merida as one of the Bellas. I have Firefly Princess on my wish list. She is so gorgeous. I'm not sure if I've seen that one. They're pretty, but I prefer the Pinky the Pink princesses. Okay. Have to see that. to look at that. Losing thread here. Thread chicken. Womp womp. Alright. Oops. Got a little jittery and clicked too many buttons. This is going so smooth, y'all. I'm sure I'm messing something up. It's just, we are flowing too good today. We're not even an hour in. I'm at 150 stitches. I think Brittany at Ingleside Imaginarium had one of the pink ones. She may have UFO'd it though. It's been a while since she's put out a video. Somebody call Brittany and tell her we need an update. I ran into her at market, but only briefly. I only got to talk for a couple minutes. So. Don't jinx yourself. I think I'm kind of trying to, what do they call that? Reverse psychology the jinx, right? Get ahead of it and be like, nope. This is not the project you are looking for. Finished Pinky Aurora and we're working on Cinderella. Craft Gaming Jamie is working on Kita. Oh, okay. Are they? But they're like full coverage, right? If I'm thinking of the one that Crafting Gaming Jamie does. Because I've seen her Kita. It's really beautiful. But much like your name, Confetti Stitcher, I'm sure we can assume that you prefer full coverage. Rita Marie says, Confetti Stitcher, your Aurora looks amazing. I really need to catch up on all the floss tubes. I'm so behind. You think if I put on floss tube when I go to bed, I can like subliminally catch up with everyone and my brain will just know what things are supposed to look like. Wouldn't that be nice? Give everybody the watch hours while I'm sleeping. Kind of. The face and dress are, but no background. They have stitched ovals behind them, but I'm not doing that. Okay. And not much confetti. For me, that's a singing endorsement, but... Don't get me wrong, I like my full coverage, but I just don't tend to stitch on them quite as well as all my other stuff. That's just me. I'm a little worried one of my Whipcos isn't going to get done this month because I have misplaced it. And I have looked everywhere and cannot find it. I even completely rearranged this room the other night and still it is missing. If only subliminal stitching would work. Yeah, I agree. Stitch and nap at the same time. I'm sure I would definitely need to frog at that point. Laurel says, I think my full coverage problem child here needs to be figured out at home with my tablet. You need to either take your tablet with you, or you can like save it and transfer it type thing. Leaning too much and my arm's starting to get tired. Export it, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, so it's not like you're having to start all over again. But I could understand wanting to use a tablet instead of a phone for a little bit better, bigger screen. I love that fairy. It's so cute. It's pretty much background left, right? What's your percentage, Laurel? Oh, well, you may not have that on your phone. Stretch, take a drink. Don't move too much because my chair will roll right out of the frame. Yeah, the mushroom, stem, and background, you're at around 70% done. Yeah. I knew the little fairy was all done. I'm getting so close to a page finish on Alice. And I think Pattern Keeper said she was at 49% today. So the mini is 16 pages, and 7 of those are not full pages, but 16 pages, and I've done 5. So I think this is part 2 of this one. I've not gotten very far at all. But again, it's because I've had to frog it so many times. Like, almost this entire thing at one point, and most of this one at one point. More. Anyone have any big summer plans? By summer, I mean, you know, those months when the kids aren't in school. Right now, I have 2 retreats this summer, both here in Texas. I'm not doing a lot of traveling this year because of 3 months of not having a job. This project for me is like Tetelestai is for Laurel. She's had to frog that one a lot. We have our family reunion where we go to the lake. Currently, that's all we've got planned. I would love to go to a water park. Thinking I may need to make that happen after summer school. They also have Hamilton is coming to Dallas this month. So I've thought about maybe doing that. Lexi would love it. I think Ryan would enjoy himself, but he would feel like that's not his thing, so not as fun for him. Try not to count out loud, because if anybody is stitching with me, you may be counting, and I didn't want to mess up anybody's counting. Are you expecting a lot of weather today, Holly? Holly, if you're still here. I thought I saw Ohio on the weather thing today. The weather's been so crazy the last few weeks. It's absolutely insane. I don't know if y'all saw what happened in Oklahoma last night. It is Wow. Just wow. I was very thankful that my friend that lives in Oklahoma messaged me and told me she was okay. So let me tell you, when we were watching the weather last night, every time the map popped up, I had to search for where she was at. And she was in the danger zone for a good part of the night, so she made me nervous. We're getting close to done with this color. We've had storms already today, more coming later this evening. Yeah, I didn't see your area in particular. It was a big map, and I saw Louisville, Kentucky, and I saw Cincinnati. It spanned over a good distance. We got tornadoes on Saturday. Not my town, but within driving distance. Actually, both Friday and Saturday. But we are fortunately surrounded by a lot of farmland, so it wasn't as devastating as it was for those in Oklahoma that actually lost homes and lives. Wouldn't mind a little rain. We did get a little bit Friday or Saturday. We were supposed to get the storm that produced the tornadoes just south of Fort Stockton. It was supposed to head our way, but it turned at the last minute. Good morning, Zeb. Welcome in. It is early for you, isn't it? So the storm was heading like northeast, which is towards us from Fort Stockton, and then right as it hit the interstate, it turned and was going southeast. So we didn't get anything from that storm, but there was some tornadoes in it. And then another storm built kind of northwest of us and headed towards us, but we really only got just a little bit of rain. That was it. Which we need the rain. Wish we could have gotten more than just a little bit. But at least we didn't get the tornadoes. Seems the weather has been very erratic. Yes. Yeah, it's one of those years. They said we haven't had weather like this in, 2 decades? So, yes it is. Logging into work and on your first cuppa. Awesome. That's early for work, though. Was it like 4:30 there? Or 5? Okay, 5 is a work hour. Still early, though. Still really early. 44 degrees Fahrenheit there. I'd take it. I'll take it. It is currently, let me see. We're going to see what the forecast says. I may have to censor it. It is 90 degrees here. It says it's flubbing hot and Mother Nature is being not very kind. Oh, it's 8 a.m. there? Oh, geez. Okay, that's a normal work time. Yeah. It said really not nice things, so I'm not going to repeat it, but it was funny. Yeah. It's 90 right now with a high of 93 today here in West Texas. We always seem to like to have a good location and weather chat every stream. So if you feel like sharing, please tell us where you're at and what kind of weather you've got going on. It is summer. Yeah, it's not particularly my favorite. If I could live in like 60-degree weather all the time, that's where I would be. It's where I would be happiest. Oops. Oh no, I got it. Okay. Thought I missed a stitch. Okay, we are going to change colors. $72 here in LA. Everybody's jealous, Laurel. 72 is a nice number. If California weren't so expensive, I would seriously consider it, just based on its weather. Seeing your Earth is giving me guilt. A trip. Kate says 75 and sunny in Syracuse. She's in New York. That sounds pretty. Zeb says, I feel bad for one of my whips. I haven't touched Dark Queen of the Sea since early on in that cell. Currently 70 in Ohio. Yeah, I mean, this is only the second part of this, I believe. My Dark Queen of the Sea is a little bit further along. She's at least got a face and all her hair. But I understand. It had just fish on it for... Not even all the fish. I'm still missing the third fish. But it had just fish on it for a good long time. I don't keep up with sows very well. Because you can't tell me what to stitch. Well, part of it is the pieces on this are so big, I'd have to dedicate a lot of time to completing it before the next one came out, and that's just not my style. That's a little too monogamous for me. Look, I had to frog. There it was. That was all the frogging I'm going to need to do. Those 3 stitches that I put in because I was not paying attention. If you randomly hear a weird noise every once in a while, it's because I keep hitting the microphone with my fingers. It's like right here by my hand. Haven't touched Dark Queen of the Earth in a while either. Zeb says, yeah, there's a lot of stitching per part for this sal, but it also taught me I'm no good with sals either. It's FOMO. It's wanting to be part of it. I will say, the one thing that supports just going ahead and... Something's wrong. I can see it already. Hold on. 2, 3... Why? Okay, I'm frogging again, but it's only 5 stitches this time. The one thing I can say about joining Erin's sal when it's still a sal is the different options that they give, and the fact that sometimes it takes them a long time to put the full piece up at the end. So you'd be waiting a little bit if you didn't sign up for the stitch along. Also, they tend to those additional options that they give during the sale become an extra cost at the end. So, what did I do here? What did I do? Well, that just became a big jumbled mess. I hate when you have to frog the stitch, the loop stitch, the loop start stitch. Aaron says, I'm fine as long as Sal means start along. Yep. Holly, I never start a Sal with the intention of keeping up. I did that like twice ever. Twice, I think. And, yeah, they were smaller pieces, you know, a few hundred stitches or whatever. That's fine. Rita Marie says, I start sales after they have ended. Done too many sales that I got disappointed in halfway. Which is, yes, that is something that you have to think of going into it. And sometimes you learn your lesson and you're like, yeah, sales just aren't for me. I think another benefit is you can see what other people do and still borrow some of their ideas for modifications. Yes, if you wait. Or you're talking about being in the group. So, yeah, pros and cons to everything. But I do tend to hold off on sales more than I do starting them with everybody else. For mystery stitch alongs. Not so much like next month when a bunch of us start a pattern together. And it's gonna be so fun. Can I request a beginning of the week? Kate, are you still here? What's a good day for you? Thursday, Friday, Saturday will not be good days for me. I don't think. Maybe Saturday. Definitely. Probably not Wednesday. Being in the group and being behind. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you learn that a lot with Dark Queen of the Sea. Like, some of the stuff people modified or left off or whatever, and I was already into it going, oh, I could have done that. Oh yeah, if you can see the design up front, I'm good down for a good start along. Yeah, there's fun to the mystery, but there could be disappointment. So, there's that. Like, for example, I did, on my very first stitch along, which was the Doreen Jones Fantasy Stitch Along, I was trying my best to keep up with it, and I did get a little behind, which actually worked in my favor, because, no, I'm sorry. I kept up with the Fantasy Sal, and therefore and it started in August, which is my birth month, and I forgot what it started with, maybe the unicorn, which was fine. But when I saw the Phoenix that came out later in the year, I would have much preferred to have that for August, both because it's my birth month and I love the look of a Phoenix, but also because, like, it's hot in August, right? So that was my first experience with, if I wasn't keeping up with this, I might have made some significant changes. And so then when I was doing Ingleside Imaginarium's Birthstone Dragons, I gave myself that room to be able to switch and put my favorite dragon as my birth month dragon. Did some switching around. Or sometimes I think on a couple of them, I didn't change the dragon, but I may have changed the colors. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I always think of Annette who got disappointed at part 10 of a Chatelaine mystery. Ooh, yeah, that's really far in. Monday, June 17th. I think that works for me. Let me just double check my count. No, I'm good. I'm good. That works for me. I'll probably end up working that day just because I made plans, but yeah. Is there something significant about the 17th? I feel like there is. Kate thinks like that. That's a whole month away, though. I'm excited. Chatelaine means not cheap. Yep. That is true. Well, and it doesn't, to me, doesn't seem like something that is easily changed to fit whatever you think would improve it to make you like it more, right? It's not as easy as a hair conversion or something like that. Nope, nothing going on the 17th. Just so awesome. Kate just picked a date out of her hat. Nice thing about this area is it's going to be fill-in. So as long as I've stitched all of this correctly, this fill-in should all be correct already. No counting. Sometimes I'll glance just to make sure, because this is when you tend to notice the errors in your other places. You're like, that doesn't look right. It's time to work on June categories. This is true. This is true. I was talking with Cheryl the other night. Laurel says, I think she UFO'd it and swore off any mystery cells until she could see it. Or it could be June 3rd. Yeah. I was talking with Cheryl the other night and I was saying how I've never stitched with Alforce embroidery threads before. So when I put Star Dragon into Notions and I fill in my categories that could get drawn, I would put it as new to me because threads are new to me. Of course, I didn't say all that. I just said, you know, Star Dragon will work for new to me. And she goes, oh, is that one of the June categories? And I was like, no, I haven't drawn June categories yet. I just set up each of my whips, like, with what categories they could fit into. She's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I think I'm gonna get this spot filled in and then probably call it a day. It is starting to get really warm out here. And I kind of feel like I could use a nap. Hey Lynn, welcome in. How are you doing? Are you stitching with us today? Or just watching stream? For any viewers that weren't here earlier when I explained, I am working on Dark Queen of this Earth. Oh, I almost did it again. Dark Queen of the Earth from Autumn Lane Stitchery and Under the Sea Fabrics. This was the one that was in the vote and voted on my YouTube community board. I have a feeling that all I'm going to be up for on Thursday is just getting my kitting done. We'll see. But good, you will be on next time. On time next one. Oh, okay. Holly says she's definitely going to take a nap. So we will kit something next stream. I will put a vote on the community board as soon as this stream is over. And we are voting between... Oh, I'm drifting. Can't move too much in this chair. Oops. Okay. One of the prolific pun cushions. So if this one gets voted on, then on stream we'll pick which one we're going to kit for. Pop of Summer from Bent Creek. I know this is a kit, but I'll be re-kitting it because I don't like the Flossor fabric. Thomas will be 30 next week. Happy birthday, Thomas. And the Plum Street stacks. I have several here to choose from. We will kit up one of them. Again, I put the stacks on the vote, and then during the stream we can pick which one. I feel like I should have a fourth one, or I have had a fourth one in the past weeks, but I don't have anything set aside, so I'm not gonna worry about it this week. I'll just pick one of those. Erin says her job also frowns on napping. Still gotta figure out what's for dinner too. Extra long bathroom breaks. I have theorized that I've had a coworker before that claimed to be on a bathroom break but would take a nap in the porta potty. Yep. Lynn is doing a card birthday. If you want to send a card, 30 cards for 30 is my goal. I will do that. I need to make a note to send a card to Thomas. And I have your address already, Lynn. I don't know where my notes are. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be taking a nap in a porta potty. That's pretty gross, but... Send birthday card to Thomas. Okay. I have it noted down. Just threw my phone. Had the audacity to be laying on top of my floss. I'm literally sitting here with my legs wrapped around the leg of the chair to keep me from the chair from drifting. I almost need like brakes on the thing. Nah, not in a porta potty. Work has fancy schmancy bathrooms. Posted the party on Facebook. Okay. Does Thomas still collect Pokemon cards? I feel like I've sent him some before and I can't remember. Oh, and I'm hoping, again, I've got to get adjusted to being back at work before I get started on this. But on one of the future lives, instead of kidding, we will be fully finishing some stuff. And I got some really cute things, boards to finish on from our Family Dollar. And they were on sale. So I'm looking forward to doing some fully finishing soon. Because when I fully finish on stream, which I haven't done in quite some time, but I used to do, I'm more likely to actually fully finish some of this stuff. Otherwise, the only things they get fully finished are the stuff I have to send to somebody as a gift. Yes to doing FFOs. Yes. It's really the only time I like sit down and make myself do it. Ooh, and I have a Biscornu I have not put together yet. That'll be fun. So, we'll start alternating like kitting and finishing. I do not have Tourette's. I simply have a fly trying to get in my ear. I will join you. Have a few I need to do. Just need to know when. Okay. Probably won't be next week, but maybe the week after. Also, I'm going to have to change days. I don't know if you were here yet, Zeb, when I said that Thursdays are probably not going to work anymore. I'm going to have to change to like Sunday or Monday. You learn how to fully finish better instead of paying someone. I understand that. Look, this is where I just put my last stitch, right about here, and I am going to jump to the next stitch of this color. This is probably where I screw stuff up, right here. That was right before, yep. I just carried a thread over like 3, 6, 12, 15 stitches. Might as well finish this thread up, huh? In a non-creepy way. I understand the sentiment and I appreciate it, Zeb. What is it? 3:30. Yeah, because we're not sticking around, Lexi's not going to be diamond painting with us today. She has, I don't know, cheer, color guard, volleyball, something after school today. So we will catch up with her again maybe next week. And something is wrong. No, I'm just not counting correctly. Okay. Always carry threads. Don't look at my back. Same, girl. I'll show you on my back. I'm not ashamed, but I will tell you, it will not calm your mind at all. Let's try this. My email is on the Google. Oh, I don't think Zeb can see you because you're on Twitch. I will message her it. That's what we'll do. I will message Zeb what you just sent. Is that your middle name, Heather? Because that's my middle name. I can see theirs on the screen. Oh, yeah. Duh. On the screen. Is that Heather? I was going to message you for her contact info. Yes. So, yeah, I'll bet YouTube didn't let you do it before. She's on Twitch this time and was able to send it. But yeah. So anyway, I sent it to Zeb. Zeb says hi, Heather. Cross-platforming. One of the YouTubers my husband watches for gaming just finished up his YouTube contract. So he's streaming on Twitch right now. And he's talking about possibly multi-streaming across both. And I was like, that's what I do. Because for those that pay for YouTube Premium don't necessarily want to have to also pay for a Twitch subscription. And vice versa, I would think. So everyone tends to have their own platform that they prefer. On here because I'm watching FlossTube at the same time. Go Heather. I tend to multitask too. Especially because sometimes the Twitches that I watch, they'll have like a game or something that I'm playing along with. He has a contract. No. Some streamers on YouTube have a contract with YouTube. So while they're under contract, they can't stream anywhere but YouTube. And the streamer's contract ended, the one that Casey watches. And so he's now streaming on Twitch instead of YouTube and considering possibly streaming on both now that he doesn't have a contract with either one of them. So contracts pay a little differently than premium or YouTube affiliates. But they also have certain rules, like they have to stream so many hours per week and so many days per week, and there's a bunch of rules. So we're gonna move this again because I just feel like I'm hitting it constantly. I had no idea that existed. Yep. I didn't really either until the gamers talked about it. So. But Casey was saying that he didn't want to go watch him on Twitch because of all the ads. We don't see ads because we pay for YouTube Premium. And he doesn't necessarily want to pay for basically like Twitch Premium. So right now he's just not watching him play. So we're hoping they figure out how to dual stream so that you can watch him on YouTube. I am finishing up this thread, and we're probably going to end the stream for today. I appreciate everybody joining me. I've gotten really good progress. Does anyone want to take a wild guess how many stitches we have currently, or when I end? My thread chicken there. Holly did really good at guessing almost the exact number last time. Got the trial for YouTube Premium. No ads is amazing. Yeah. $2.25. Says Kate. So happy with how it's looking though. This looks so good. Does anybody ever sit back and look at their stitching and go, my stitches look so good? $1.25. Oh, Zep, you're so cute. We've been live for an hour and 42 minutes. Where's Holly with the big guns? She probably fell asleep. Laurel says 300. $3.22 is Holly's guess. Just woke up, not enough caffeine. Making sure we're staying hydrated. Make sure everybody hydrates. Okay, are y'all ready? Technically I think Laurel's the closest, but Kate is the closest that didn't go over. Our stitch count currently is 263. So, not bad for an hour and a half. A little over. Hour and 3/4. It's looking good. It'll be nice to get out a skirt here very soon. So this part has, of course, got to fill in the rest of that. And then almost like a belt type top here. Got a little bit over in the corner we haven't gotten. And then we will be on to the next section. See, and this is part 2. And part 3 will bring us down over here, I believe. Over here. So. All right, everyone. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I will have a poll up on the community, on my YouTube community board, of what we should kit up on Thursday. Then we'll be back Thursday evening at 8 p.m. And you had high expectations. All good, all good. And we'll be back Thursday at 8 p.m. and then from there we will make adjustments to next week's schedule. So thank you all for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.